All right, Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions travel to Chicago to play the Bears. Darren, who you taking in this one?
I'm going with the Chicago Bears. We're seeing up front with the problems with Detroit just having. The offensive line has been banged up. They're giving up a lot of sacks. The defensive line can't stop anybody. Jordan Howard comes into town, running back for the Chicago Bears. Look for him to have another big day against this Detroit team. I think he goes over 100 yards. I get the Chicago Bears.
I don't know what's wrong with Matthew Stafford this year. Just when you think a new head coach comes in, you got Jim Bob Cooter. He's a consistent offensive coordinator. You think you guys should take I think you guys should take the next step in development offensively. They're not. Max coming back off of a break off of that ankle. He should be 100%. I'm taking the Bears. We think the Bears are going to beat the Detroit Lions. After a huge win versus the Los Angeles Rams last week, the Saints now travel to Cincinnati to play the Bengals, possibly one of those trap games Sean Payton's been talking to his team about, those mouse traps all over the locker room. You think the Saints can get the victory here?
No Saints hangover this week, Teddy. They'll come in focused, ready to play this game. And not only that, you look at what Cincinnati's dealing with. A.J. Green's banged up. He's out. Tyler Eifert, another weapon. He's banged up. They're not ready for this matchup right now. And the Saints will be focused going into Cincy.
Yeah, if there was any type of, letdown for the New Orleans Saints, when I hear A.J. Green and the foot and he's not going to be there, I just don't think they have enough firepower. So I think the Saints are going to win this one. Darren and I both think the Saints are going to win in Cincinnati. All right, the Atlanta Falcons travel to Cleveland, and just when you think of so many injuries on the defensive side of the ball for the Falcons, they're over and done with. They're starting to get better, starting to string some wins together. Who do you think wins this game?
You sold me on the Falcons last week. You sold me on. I bet it against you. You won that bet. I'm going to say the Falcons because that high-powered offense is showing up week in and week out. That's the mainstay. Defensively, you're right. They're having their problems, but the offense and Matt Ryan right now is playing at an MVP level in the last 4 games. I like what I'm seeing in the Falcons. I think it's a scoring duel. I think they win this in the end.
Yeah, I think the Falcons win also. I just think defenses will get better as their offense continues to score more and more points. You get to rush the passer, you take away the run game. Offenses you're playing up against are more one-dimensional. That's what the Atlanta defense is starting to play into. Falcons go to Cleveland and get the victory. The New England Patriots travel to Tennessee to play former player Mike Vrabel, who's very familiar with everything about the New England Patriots. So we got Patriots at Titans. Who are you taking in this one?
Belichick the teacher, Vrabel the student. I'm going with the teacher in this game. And it's a short week for the Tennessee Titans. They just played on Monday night against the Cowboys, and now they got the Patriots coming in town. I think the Patriots stay hot. Offensively, they'll stay hot. Edelman will become a big factor this week. I like the Patriots in a close one. I think it'll be a close game against this Tennessee team, but they end up winning this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots too, although there is Dean Pease on the other side also as defensive coordinator. He spent some time in New England there, so he's very familiar on how to stop them and how to attack that defensive scheme. I just think offensively, with the continued development of Josh Gordon, I mean, this Tom Brady's got that weapon outside, and he's got Edelman and then White inside along with Sony Michel. We both think the Patriots will travel to Tennessee and get that win. All right, interesting game here. Jacksonville Jaguars going to Indianapolis to play the Colts, a much improved Colts team.
Yeah, and I'm not impressed by what I'm seeing in Jacksonville. Defensively, this was supposed to be their mainstay. This was supposed to be the rock what this organization is built on, and they haven't played well. I mean, they flat out have quit at times, and that's something we didn't expect this year. And I can't ride with them. They're going to Indy. I know they're coming off the bye, but they're going to Indy, and I like what I'm seeing in Indy. Still playing hard. I think the Indianapolis Colts pull out a win.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. We're seeing the same things, not only defensively for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but offensively. They just aren't who they are. Fournette's been down with the hamstring. He's supposed to be coming back, but you're not dealing with a player with just a hamstring. We both know we're dealing with a player with that hurt his hamstring, re-aggravated the hamstring injury, and now do you give him just 5 carries or something like that? Their identity can't be established.
He won't be the same guy. He will not be the same guy.
Not yet. Not here, not for the Indianapolis Colts. Darius Leonard, great young backer, doing great things. Indianapolis Colts, both of us are taking. Well, I think I know where we're going on this one, but the Cardinals are going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs, one of the best teams in the league, best explosive offenses. Who you taking here?
I'm going Kansas City. I still think there's some growth that needs to happen in Kansas City. Offensively, we know what they have. All the weapons at their disposal, Hunt, you name it. On the outside, Tyreek Hill, you name it. Mahomes.
Yes.
Defensively, they have to get better. I think they win this game going away against the Cardinals, but you want to see them take the next step defensively.
Yeah, and eventually, possibly Eric Berry will come back healthy.
Yeah.
Not this week, but maybe in the future. Justin Houston will come back and getting healthy. Dee Ford's been doing what he can, rushing the passer out there. What this defense has got to learn to do is in that fourth quarter, you're going to have to make that play when you have to get that turnover, to get that stop on third down.
Right.
That's what they'll continue to get better at. But right now, we just don't see it going to be in a contest here. Cardinals are going to lose to the Chiefs. All right, Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets AFC East matchup. Aren't too many playoff implications here.
Nope.
But game we still got to pick. So who you got?
If you're a fan of offense, do not tune into this game. This is going to be a defensive struggle. A home game, division rival. I'm going to say the Jets at home, simply on the fact of their defensive outplay to the Buffalo Bills, and the Jets running game will become a factor this week.
I agree. I'm going to take the Jets, and Sam Darnold's in a boot this week, and maybe he needs a week.
Yeah.
He needs a week to maybe just take a step back.
That's okay.
This is why we got McCown. Go ahead. You can play for a couple weeks while let's re-scout yourself, watch film from all the way through the course of the year to get you better mentally without really putting you out there at risk. He may need to push the reset button on that foot. So let's go. Buffalo going to New York. The Jets will win this one. All right, the Washington Redskins are traveling to Tampa Bay, and the Redskins are a team I was very high on early in the year. Sometimes things change, but we'll see how I pick. But let's hear what you're picking first.
I'm going with the Washington Redskins. And you know what? The best remedy for a struggling offense, just play the Bucs. Play the Tampa Bucs, and you'll find a way to get out of that slump that you're in. I like the Redskins coming in town. I think, one thing about the Redskins, they're going to find a way to stop the run. They're dealing with a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, that defensive line will travel. I like the Redskins to win this one.
I'm off the train for the Washington Redskins now. I'm going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think it possibly could be a shootout. This is just the game that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win, because people look at them, it's like, all right, they're done. But Fitz is in there again. I think he can still light it up, if you will. Maybe Deshaun Jackson has a big game. Mike Evans is there. And the Redskins, with Alex Smith, I just don't think they can keep up. So
that's the problem.
That is a problem. You got to score points in this
Alex
league.
Smith comes through in the fourth quarter this week. They win this game.
We'll see what happens. All right, the Los Angeles Chargers are traveling to Oakland for an AFC West matchup. I know we both feel like the Chargers are one of the best teams in football, playing very good, but let's pick it.
No, the Raiders just won't show up. We saw it last week against the San Francisco 49ers. This team has pretty much mailed it in. I think John Gruden understands the personnel that he has. And the Chargers are a team right now that's looking to win that AFC West division. They're looking at Kansas City, and they're trying to play catch-up ball. I like the Chargers in this game. A lot of talent in Melvin Gordon, Phillip Rivers, Keenan Allen.
And Phillip Rivers, he just doesn't seem to me as the person, the quarterback, or the leader to overlook an opponent.
That's right.
I'm sure they watch film and they see the Raiders and see how uninspired they're playing and wide open receivers everywhere on the defensive side of the ball for the Raiders. But still, Phillip's going to do what he has to do to win this football game. Raiders need to pick it up a little bit, but not this week. Chargers are going to win this one. All right, Brock Osweiler and the Miami Dolphins are traveling to Lambeau. Who you got?
The Dolphins dealing with a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball. Rashad Jones went through that issue last week. He pulled himself out of the game. They got a lot going on in that locker room right now. I think the Green Bay Packers bounced back from that loss last week. They get back on track and win this game at home. Yeah,
last week versus the Patriots, Aaron Rodgers is still finding those targets in terms of Jimmy Graham had a good day. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, he's a new name that people are starting to learn because of the quarterback finding him over and over again. The Packers, they suffered a tough loss last week, but they'll get it going again. They'll string something together. We're both going to take the Packers to beat the Dolphins. Seattle Seahawks are traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Darren, who you got here?
I don't think they're going to get a letdown from the Rams. I know they had a tough loss in New Orleans last week, but I think they bounced back. They show character of who they really are. Sean McVay gets his team ready to play. Division opponent in Seattle, and Seattle's going to come to play.
Yeah, they know him well.
There's going to be too much Todd Gurley in this game. Todd Gurley gets a hand. Gets like at least 25 carries in this game.
We were making our picks, and I'm like, which one am I going to circle? Am I going Seattle? They're familiar. You never know in these division games.
Yep.
I can't go upset here. I'm going with the Rams.
Go, man. Come on, man.
No, I'm going with the Rams. If you want to see good linebacker play, watch Bobby Wagner play. He's one of the best in the business, and the Wagner-Gurley matchup is going to be worth the price of admission. But Darren and I both think the Rams will get this one. All right, the Dallas Cowboys are traveling to the city of brotherly love, the Philadelphia Eagles. Who you got here, Darren?
You know, Eagles coming off a bye. They're getting healthier. The Cowboys, short week, just had a loss to the Tennessee Titans at home. A lot of negativity surrounding the Cowboys right now. I think they're catching the Eagles at a bad time. I think the Eagles will come in. They'll be focused at home against this Cowboys team. And the Eagles have that ultimate goal, win the division now.
Yeah, and I just don't see the Dallas Cowboys as a mentally tough team in terms of, you know, that loss they had versus Tennessee. They put everything into it.
Right.
You know, the owner goes and gets you the receiver. You got the bye week. We're healthy. Not only do we lose, Sean Lee pulls up gimpy with the hamstring again. So now you're back to Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith inside. Man, Sean Lee, just want to see him on that field to help them make plays and win games. But no, I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles too. And you're right. The world champions are coming on strong. I'm going to take the Eagles along with you. So Dallas is going to Philadelphia, and they're going to take the L. Monday Night Football here. The New York Giants travel cross country to play the San Francisco 49ers. Prime time.
Prime time. I got San Francisco winning this game. And I know the Giants, we look at the Giants and you think, when's the bleeding going to stop? I think it continues throughout the season. Nick Mullins, Kyle Shanahan together last week played extremely well. I think they even get better this week in that system. I see San Francisco winning this football game.
Yeah, I see him too. I don't see why he can't have success again. I just love the way Shanahan calls the plays where, I mean, Mullins is only reading half the field at times in a lot of those bootlegs, on a lot of the rollouts. You got a tight end or a running back to the flat, different levels. I love that type of just sort of being easy for the quarterback. And play action versus undisciplined defenses can give you problems.
And you know that Giants defense is undisciplined.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watch me some Saquon, though.
Oh, there you go.
My guy.
Who you riding with? Who you riding with?
I'm taking the Niners.
Okay,
We're both on the Niners for Monday Night Football. But go get them, Saquon.